What is up? Good day to the beautiful people. All right, it's Wednesday. We are mid-month. Midweek. We are one day away from July. And we are hot in Cancer season. My moon sign is in Cancer. So, that's very emotional, very watery, can be kind of crabby. Cancer men kind of drive me crazy. No offense to my dad. He's a Cancer. Anyways, how's everybody doing today? What's your energy like? Mine's present, in the moment. Here, excited. I had a weird dream. That was interesting. I was wondering whose vibration I was picking up on there. Anyways, you guys, are you in alignment with what your higher self wants versus where you're at now? And what is it going to take to cohere those frequencies? And how is that in alignment with the energetic frequencies around you, and how are all of those things coherently working together to move you forward, to allow for your vortex to pull you into that direction? Okay, are you embodying the frequency of the law of attraction, and are you attracting into your vortex that what is serving your highest good? Is it in alignment with the frequency that you are thinking and feeling simultaneously? Are you working with, for, in alignment, or against, in resistance? Because that's when you continue to get in that manifestation the same frequency, more of the same. All right, so try that one on. See what wants to come through for today. Wednesday, June 30th. Dynamic. That came out yesterday in the same place. Change, discernment. You are in the process of, this really dynamic change in your frequency. I talked about this last week, where you have this massive up leveling. You're in an initiation stage. The next stage of your experience is now happening, unfolding. So the frequency of change supports our ability to gracefully dance with the ever-changing nature of reality, both inward and outward, so that we can appreciate the sweet release of old and the birth of the new. So I had an experience yesterday where I was thinking about I don't even know how to describe this. I had an experience with somebody who what ends up happening is, like, things show up in your life and you see them in ways, and as you change, your experience of these experiences change, right? So you might see things, you might shift your perspective on something in a way that is really powerful, and you experience this experience differently. That does not mean that the other contending energy, the other contending frequency is in alignment with your frequency. It just means that your frequency has shifted, and your experience of the interfering other frequency, your experience of that has shifted. It doesn't mean the other person's experience has leveled up or energy has leveled up. It just means that you experience your experience in a higher level of consciousness, in a higher vibration, okay? It doesn't mean somebody else doesn't. It just means that, I met someone, and the moment that I met this person, this was a while ago. This was sometime in the years before. But I met this person, and I was in a survival frequency, and I had a pretty positive experience with this person. We talked about doing some work together in a project. So I thought, and then I reconnected with this person, and we talked about doing a project again. So, and we had an interesting energy frequency there. And so I have transmuted my frequency to have a grander expression of my frequency now. So is it still able to align in a frequency that I was in a frequency of survival at when I came into contact with this frequency? Does that make sense? So as you become clear about who you are becoming and discerning about what your frequency looks like now in this now phenomenon, in this now timeline, do the things that resurface in your life, do they magnetically cohere? Is there a gravitational match in that frequency? That's what you have to be really discerning about as you change and you grow and you are now up leveling. Are the things that are in your life in magnetic resonance with who you're becoming? Okay? So, something to think about. I don't have the answers. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just mulling it over with you. All right, so let's see what wants to come through for today. Ten of Swords. I'm going to go with maybe no. I don't know. Ten of Swords is my don't breathe life into the past. Just because it resurfaces itself doesn't mean it's a magnetic balance, justice, integrity. It doesn't mean that it's in integrity with your now frequency. Hierophant. Two of Cups. Temperance. Ace of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. Seven of Cups. Eight of Wands. Six of Cups. Seven of Swords. Yeah. All right, you guys. Here's the deal. By recognizing the frequencies that have been misaligned, your misalignment, not the others, your misalignment. Something might present itself and you might think, oh, that's interesting, but it's not in alignment with your higher self. It's just something that might look like something good, but in all integral, valued truth, it isn't in alignment with who you're becoming. And so anything that isn't that gives you clarity and some discernment, some wherewithal to keep pushing towards the higher frequency that you're becoming. Anything that isn't the best use of your time to be circumventing in. You see it. There it is. Keep it pushing. Keep it pushing. Okay? Alchemy. Bringing things together. Bringing your current self to your future self. Not your past self. Not your past self. Your future self. You are alchemically coming together with your future self. You're not bringing your past self to your current self. Don't bring the past into now. Don't breathe life into that. That is a waste of time. It gives you clarity. It gives you wherewithal, some discernment. But that just gives you clarity on what is the integral truth of who you are now evolving into being. Not who you were Okay? So getting clear about that, being honest about that, being in integrity with that frequency allows for something new, Ace of Pentacles, to be cultivated in a way that gives you some clarity around, you got a lot of options. You got a lot of options. There are a lot of opportunities for you to really explore with velocity how you are going to see your past and how you're not going to be disillusioned by that which no longer serves you. Okay? So, you're really in this energy of being able to celebrate this new abundant opportunity to go forward, here's the message. You just gotta keep doing the work on yourself. The High Priestess, you gotta keep being you gotta keep just keep trusting your intuition. Keep to yourself. Keep doing the work on yourself. Keep your energy and don't use it in spaces and places that no longer serve you. Just because it might present itself as something magical or lovely, that doesn't necessarily mean it's in a magnetic resonance with who you're becoming. Okay? Just because I know and respect somebody who has a similar culinary experience and wants to do that I find that I find some interest in, doesn't mean that should be somebody that I'm partnering with. It just gives me clarity. Okay, you guys, I'm using this as an example because this is what I'm using this as what had presented itself to me. It could look like a lot of different things. It doesn't, I'm talking about a business partnership or even a romantic partnership, but it could be anything. There could be anything that presents itself, a job, an opportunity to go live somewhere, something, it doesn't matter. Just take it as it resonates. But this is the idea that you are now evolving into a higher level of consciousness, and you've done a lot of work to do that. So just let go and release and grieve and do whatever you need to do to no longer be in the doneness of the past. That's done. That no longer serves you. So you be discerning as you shift through these changes. You be honest about what disillusioned you. You continue to walk towards your intuition. Allow that to guide you. Allow that to be your compass. But you have to be really discerning with what you're aligning your frequencies in. Because anything that isn't that is going to be misguiding you. It's going to mislead you down the path that you really worked your ass off walking through. Okay? So you really developed a level of confidence, and you've really been able to anchor into a very emotional place. And now you're moving forward with velocity, with freedom, with a new found fire. And I think it's important that you keep that momentum going and you don't get caught up in anything that isn't that. You are really wanting to really birth, Empress, something magical out of your creative center, out of your heart-centered chakra space, your fourth center. That's I see a lot of Libra energy here. I see Taurus, I see Sagittarius, Aries. Don't be disillusioned, you guys. Just keep focused on what you're up to. Just turn off your phone, turn down the noise, get off of social media, stay in your own lane, do your work, focus on your momentum, keep it pushing. Don't be disillusioned by all the options. Just quiet all that down. Okay, yes. Just stay grounded in your meditative spaces. If you're not meditating, now is the time to create a meditation practice, and just allow for what's meant for you to come to you. You have put into the field the intention, the expectation. It's where the desire and the intention are at. That's your vortex. That's your frequency that you have put into the field. This is what I want. This is my thoughts create my reality. So I think these desires, and so I am hopefully consciously aware that is the frequency that I'm growing into embodying, and anything that isn't that, I need to refocus myself. When I start going down this path that, oh, this might look like something fun, no, get back into your lane. Remember, where you place your attention, where your energy goes, where your focus goes is where your energy flows. So just remember what it is in the big picture that you want to create for yourself. And anything that isn't that is really just kind of counterproductive. You guys. Bug's over there, passed out. We went for a long walk and he is crashed out. All right, let's see. All right, you guys, I hope that you are getting something out of this. Yes. Know your worth. Okay, so you guys, nothing is wasted, but it can be counterproductive. The past, it gave you the clarity that you needed to know your worth. It gave you the clarity to know who you really are and what you really want to be and what you want to create for yourself going forward. So you act as it. You act as the frequency of who you're becoming. This person who is worthy, who has infinite worth. Infinite worth. Nothing that isn't going to align, and it's just going to keep you circumventing, and maybe not the best use of your time. Again, nothing is wasted, but how long you want to do that for? That's the question. How long you want to do that for? How long are you going to do that for? Okay? So good. I'm late in doing this today, but I've had a pretty packed day. Sometimes my brain just gets filled. I need to get on a better schedule. I get up at 5 a.m., but I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing everything. Just know that House of Flowers, you are blooming. Your temple is blooming. Okay? Your temple is blooming. And just trust, you are headed, my dear friend, in the direction of a beautiful, blooming temple. That is beautiful. All right. Happy Wednesday, y'all. I will catch you on the flip side. Go forth and be magical.